You're watching UnrealEntGaming. This is Beerus, the god of destruction. Make sure you subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and push the like button for me, or else I'll Hakai you from existence.
Oh, and do make sure to watch the entire video all the way through. And to follow UnrealEntGaming on both Instagram and Twitter.
Whis, enough. On to the video.
Now, it goes without question that Dragon Ball Super's Tournament of Power arc was undoubtedly one of the most intriguing and most entertaining arcs displayed within Dragon Ball Super, and despite the overall circumstance of what the actual Tournament of Power had done, many people have often wondered about the overall situation as to what things would have been like if we actually saw Universe 7 not only capitalize and execute the concept of fusion, but at the same time, instead of getting Goku mastering the concept of Ultra Instinct within the tournament, instead, we had fusion battle against Jiren instead, as this is the story of Vegito vs. Jiren, a fan manga adaptation in giving us a what-if hypothetical in showcasing the concept of witnessing Universe 11's mightiest warrior go up against Universe 7's strongest fusion. Now, before we dive any further into this video, if you are new to the channel and of course have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball and anime related and want to be kept up to date with everything in regards to Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball Super manga, and everything involving the Dragon Ball IP, then I do encourage you guys to go on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to never miss a single video on this channel, as well as giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys are simply stoked, ready, and excited to see what the future holds in regards to the Dragon Ball franchise. And with all that being said, I want to thank you all so much for your support, and let's dive straight into the video. As our story kicks off with both Goku and Vegeta backed into a corner and facing off against Universe 11's Jiren, as with no other options or reserves left, Goku went on to comment, "Damn it, it's no use. It feels like we're fighting a losing battle. We have no other choice, Vegeta," with Vegeta responding, "You know I'd rather die than join bodies with you again, Kakarot. What happened to your Ultra Instinct? Can't you go back into that again?" with Goku responding, "I can't. I don't know how to bring that power back out the way I did. Listen, he's coming, Vegeta. This is the only window of opportunity we have. Think about your family, Vegeta. Think about the promise you made to Kaba. We can't keep this up much longer. We need to do this, Vegeta, please. Time's running out," with Vegeta responding, "And how do you know this will work? How are you so sure that we won't defuse like we did against Zamasu again? Forget it, Kakarot." And with Jiren having to overhear this, he also then went on to chime in, "So this is your miracle card, fusion. Well, if it means that you will be able to fight me at your best, then go on, do it. I will wait, but just so you know that once you two fuse, then it's over. I will no longer be holding back against you. So hurry up and clip those earrings on." And with Vegeta doing exactly that, he then went on to comment, "Damn it all, this better work, Kakarot. I am not doing this with you again. So you better make this count or else." And as soon as we then get to see how Goku and Vegeta are then about to join bodies, Beerus then went on to chime in by asking Whis, and there they go. "Whis, tell me, with their fusion, do you think they stand the chance of beating Jiren and winning this thing once and for all?" with Whis responding, "It's hard to say, but this will give them a much better chance than it did before. We'll just have to wait and see what the two of them can do. They only have a few minutes remaining. If they hope to have a fighting chance, they must bring Jiren out right now." And as the flash then begins to dissipate, we only then get to see on the other side how Vegito is then reborn, as he then went on to comment, "All right, now that's more like it. This is where the game changes, Jiren. You aren't just fighting Goku and Vegeta. You are fighting a warrior beyond what the two of them were capable of doing alone." And with Jiren getting angry, he then went on to shout, "Enough talking! Show me what you can do." "With pleasure," says Vegito, as he then went on to attack Jiren, with Jiren having to defend himself. Beerus then went on to ask, "Why isn't he transforming, Whis?" with Whis responding, "I believe Vegito is trying to feel Jiren out first to see how high he would have to go to win, as Jiren also wasted wasted little time by having to retaliate and punching Vegito in the face, that's when Vegito went on to stumble back by maintaining his balance and responding, well then, now I see what I have to do. I knew you'd be tough, but it's a good thing I got the chance to test the waters with you. There's no question about it, you will no doubt be my greatest challenge to date. But in the end, you will not prevail. Quit your talking, says Jiren, and show me what you're hiding. I thought you'd never ask, says Vegito. Playtime is over, Jiren, and that's when Vegito went on to initially transform into Super Saiyan Blue by commenting, now comes the real deal, Super Saiyan Blue, the last thing you will ever see before I ring you out and win the Tournament of Power. And with Jiren having to oversee this and really not being impressed, he then went on to ask, this again? These transformations won't win you the battle. They will only prolong the inevitable, with Vegito responding, is that so? Well, you're not entirely wrong. You took on both Vegeta and Goku as if it was nothing to you, but that won't be the case with me. Being that I was never pushed in going this far, how about we change things then? I don't know if it'll work for sure, but if Goku was able to control it, then there's no reason on why I shouldn't either. Now this may cost me a lot of time, but it's a gamble that I am willing to take. You ready, Jiren? I hope you don't regret giving me the time to use this one. You want me at my strongest? Well, let's just see what you can do when I push myself into achieving a much higher level than the one I am currently at right now. With Jiren having to utter, that glow from your aura, wait, I've seen that before. From Son Goku. Is that what I think it is? Now I see. He's going to amplify his power and feats like Goku did before, and that's exactly what Vegito winds up doing in a mind you spectacular-like fashion in having to power up with such fury that eventually enough Vegito went on to cry out Kaioken times 20 in pushing himself as far as Goku did to amplify Kaioken times 20 enough in merging that with his body, and with Vegito finally completing his transformation, he then went on to tell Jiren, that's more like it. This should be enough to finally get the job done, so how about it? You wanted me at my best? Well, here it is. Unlike Goku, our Kaioken is much stronger, and I have much better control over my power than he did. So what's it going to be? You ready? Impressive, says Jiren. You just might be the rival I was hoping to find here, but you won't win. So come at me with all you've got, and that's exactly what Kaioken Vegito winds up doing, because as he did, he went on to then comment, you talk as though you are unbeatable. Allow me to show you why you're dead wrong. And as soon as Vegito then goes on to make contact, Beerus then goes on to commentate by adding, don't let up, Saiyan. You're the only one standing between us winning and us losing. If you don't ring him out now, then I'll erase you both myself before Zeno does. Knock him out, as Whis also chimes in, I think this stunt of his may work in his favor. Jiren is having a tough time making contact against Vegito, as of course he is, and with Vegito shown having to avoid one of Jiren's punches, Vegito then went on to chime in, all this talk about absolute strength. Well, how does it feel facing off against someone who holds that title true? As he then went on to punch Jiren in the face, Beerus then continues, Vegito's power may be too strong to control if he slips up. They need to finish this fight as soon as possible, so Beerus is fearful that Vegito just might slip up and cost them the victory if he doesn't finish Jiren off right here, right now, as Vegito is then shown kicking Jiren in the stomach with tremendous amounts of pressure. Whis then went on to chime in, while this is true, Vegito seems to be in control so far. Jiren hasn't been able to land a single blow on Vegito, but I sense something deeper within him. We'll have to wait and see. But despite Jiren's best efforts in his ability to tag Vegito, Vegito is then shown sliding right underneath Jiren by telling him, you'll have to be a little faster than that if you hope to hit me, Jiren. With Vegito then following through by elbowing Jiren in his back, he then continues, you don't look like you're having an easy time like you said you were going to. What happened? Are you out of gas already? As he then went on to kick Jiren away, Belmont then went on to shout, hang in there, Jiren! Don't give up now! We trust in you, Jiren, says Topo. We know you have the power to beat him. You can't be beaten. The 11th is counting on your victory, and with Jiren shown nearing the edge of the tournament ring, it is very clear at this point that Jiren is no longer in control of this battle, and with Vegito charging on in his attempts of punching Jiren, Jiren went on to then block his attack by telling him, you are much better than I expected you to be, Saiyan, but just like you, I think it's time to show you the depth of my full power as well. "What the," says Vegito, "there's no way, you're bluffing." But then Jiren ends up uppercutting Vegito in the stomach by telling him, "Do you still think I'm bluffing, warrior?" As he then quickly gets behind Vegito as Vegito went along to fire a blast. He then went on to ask, "Still think you're in control? You never were." As Jiren quickly attempted to punch Vegito, what Vegito winded up doing was Vegito quickly backflipped behind Jiren by telling him, "Keep telling yourself that, Jiren." "Whis, do you feel that?" says Beerus. "It's Jiren." "Well, go on then," says Vegito. "We don't have all day." "I felt it, so show me. Show me what you can truly do. If you don't, then you can kiss your victory goodbye. Last chance." We're simply repaying the favor, as Jiren went on to smile by responding, "Cocky, aren't we? Fine. Just know that what you're about to see is rare. Our next engagement will be our last, Saiyan. Behold." And that's when Jiren went on to fully release his ki, empowering up in such a way that Jiren went on to completely blow away his shirt, as Beerus went on to comment, how could this be? How could one mortal possess this much power? You're meaning to tell me that he was hiding this much energy the entire time? With Whis responding, "Jiren's willpower is what's causing him to fight with conviction in his heart. Being bested by Vegito has forced Jiren to draw out his full power." And as Vegito goes on to see this, he then went on to comment, "This guy's a freak. I've never seen power like this before. The entire world of Void is shaking." "This is getting good," says a nervous Vegito. "So he's not bluffing after all. Finally, a worthy opponent for me to test my full power on. Alright, Jiren, let's do this." And with an anger Jiren having to look on, Jiren was not backing down by any means of the imagination, because that's when Jiren went on to tell Vegito, "Go ahead and increase your power as much as you want. The end result will ultimately still be the same. I cannot lose. I won't lose to you. The source of your power comes from 2, whereas mine is 1. This so-called teamwork of yours will fail. You will fail," Jiren says, "and I will make you into an example to prove why I am the strongest among them all." And as Vegito went along to take a second in soaking this in, he then went on to respond, "What an unbelievable amount of power. And to think that all of this is from one warrior. Jiren, you may be very well the greatest opponent I've ever had to deal with, but as long as my Saiyan warrior spirit continues to burn, then there is no amount of power that you can amass that will help you destroy me." And when going back to Beerus, Beerus is clearly in a state of panic, as he then went on to ask, "What are those Saiyans doing? Why did they just allow for Jiren to use his full power? They need to throw him out now. With those idiots using that Kaioken stuff, there's no telling how much time they've shaved from this battle." As Whis went on to respond, "Well, if I may interject, my lord, I do believe the Saiyans know exactly what they're doing. They knew that in order for them to beat Jiren and wring him out, they'd need to use everything they have," Whis says. As Vegito is then shown having to charge on in, Whis then continues, "Although time may not be on their side, I don't think they would use the Kaioken if they didn't already have a plan up their sleeve." And as Vegito is then shown attacking Jiren, with Jiren having to block off his attack, Belmont then went on to chime in by responding, "Those Saiyans are in for it now. It's rare for Jiren to ever go all out like this, but when he does, then there is a reason why he is looked at as the strongest in Universe 11. But even then, Beerus went on to interject by telling Belmont, "I wouldn't count these Saiyans out just yet either, Belmont. Jiren can be as strong as he wishes, but it's pointless when his opponent refuses to stay down or quit." And as we then take a look at Vegito, who is striking Jiren ever so closer towards the edge, he then went on to tell Jiren, "You can't possibly take much more of this, Jiren. It's only going to be a matter of time." As Jiren went on to respond, "Nonsense, Saiyan." As he followed up by uppercutting Vegito in the stomach, he then went on to tell him, "Fusing to become my equal in battle changes nothing. Your power derives from the bodies of 2, whereas my power derives from 1. I acknowledge you as a worthy opponent indeed. However," Jiren says, as he went on to grab Vegito by the hair, "you've reached the end of the line. It's over, Saiyan. Get out of my ring." And that's when Jiren proceeded to use this opportunity in flinging Vegito over the edge, in which even the Universe 7 spectators are completely shocked by this, as Krillin went on to comment, "Guys, look! Jiren threw Vegito out of the ring! It can't be!" As Piccolo also chimes in, "Damn it, no! This can't be their downfall! Get back in there, you two!" As once more, even Beerus seems to be stressing this out more than anything, as Beerus went on to ask, "What just happened? He threw them both out!" "No, damn damn it, Saiyans, no! Get back in there, do you hear me? Don't fall into the abyss! And as Vegito continues to fall by overhearing this, he then went on to put his fingers on his forehead by responding, he stunned me there for a moment, crap, I have to get back in, I have no other choice, come on, yes, there's my opening, Vegito says. And as quickly as it was, Vegito then proceeded to use the instant transmission in getting back within the ring, as Vegito then commented, there we go, that was a close call, he nearly knocked me out, but then as soon as Vegito got back in, Jiren was right there to meet him, as Jiren went on to punch Vegito in the face by telling him, a clever tactic, but you won't be so lucky again. Try and come back as much as you'd like. In the end, there is no other outcome outside of Universe 11's victory. And as Jiren is then shown having to pummel Vegito in unleashing shot after shot after shot, that's when Gohan went on to chime in by telling everyone, guys, Vegito's taking a lot of punishment out there. It's almost like Jiren already knew they'd come back in. I wish there was something we can do to help. As Beerus went on to respond, how could one mortal be this powerful that he's able to face the Saiyan's fusion and still be ahead? What are those two doing? They need to finish him now! And the God of Destruction of Universe 11, Belmont, is enjoying every second of this, as Belmont went on to respond, yeah, except they can't, Beerus. Jiren's unlike any other fighter in the entire multiverse. His will to never back down and to always remain as the strongest is what drives him. These warriors of yours are very impressive, Beerus, I gotta give it to you. Your universe doesn't house washed up fighters after all, but against Jiren, none of them will ever stand a chance, fusion or not. Jiren's built much different than these Saiyans, but then, as soon as we end up going back to the battle, Jiren went on to throw a punch with Vegito having to catch it by telling Jiren, I have to admit, I never would have expected for someone to push me this far in battle before. So you're definitely the first, Vegito says, but there is more to our power than you can even begin to realize. So until our fusion time expires or you drag us out of this ring, you're going to see firsthand on what I mean. As Vegito then went on to retaliate by punching Jiren, he then continues, it's time we put the Kaioken to use and use every bit of its power that our body can physically hold to knock you out. As Beerus went on to respond, yes, that's the way, Saiyan, don't hold anything back. Hit him with everything you have! And that's exactly what Vegito does, because as Vegito is then shown striking Jiren's body, he then went on to tell him, there is only so much your body can take before it begins to crack, Jiren. Everyone has a limit. Everyone. So what is yours? Every strike inflicted onto your body will become a painful reminder of the defeat that you will suffer once we smash you out of the ring. But even then, Jiren is not having it, as he then went on to respond, like hell you will, Saiyan! As once more, Jiren began to power up in such a way that he ended up blowing Vegito back by telling him, you and your fusion are nothing! You will never defeat me, fusion or not! But even with Vegito's body being sent flying backwards, he then went on to respond, where in the world is he getting all of this power from? He's tough. Alright then, tough guy, take this. But as soon as Vegito ends up blasting Jiren, Jiren then quickly went on to counter by having to leap on up, with Belmont having to tell Jiren, that's the way, Jiren. Just like that, show this fusion what true power really feels like. Mow him down and crush him, Jiren! And Vegito knew that he was in trouble, because Vegito then went on to comment, he's faster than he was before too. Wait, what's he doing up there? This is where it ends, Saiyan, Jiren shouts. Your quest for victory dies in this ring. And as soon as Jiren then went on to fire a gigantic blast down at Vegito, that's when Belmont went on to shout, that's right, Jiren! Blast this Saiyan off the edge with everything you have, as even Beerus went on to shout, damn it, Fusion, don't you dare give in, as Vegito went on to then respond, damn it, look at that attack. I have no choice. It's either I do something to negate it or it blows me off the edge completely. And with Vegito then shown having to grab onto the blast, Beerus then went on to continue, just look at that thing. Whis, can they truly do it? Can the Saiyans overcome that attack and finish Jiren off once and for all? As Whis responds, it's very hard to tell, but I do believe they can. Although the battle itself is at its climax, I'm afraid Vegito has yet to use his full power to knock Jiren off the stage. It could be because they run the risk of defusing a lot sooner than they intend to, and as Vegito is then shown holding the blast back, he then went on to comment, this guy is really something. What freakish power, but I will not lose, Jiren. Yes, you will, Jiren responds. Stop resisting and accept your fate, Saiyan. This victory is mine and this battle is over. Come on, Kaioken, Vegito says. Keep us in the battle. We're dead even. Neither one of us are budging. Come on. Come on, he's bound to gas out before us, but then, unbeknownst to Jiren, there seems to be a massive energy sphere formulating behind him as Gohan went on to comment, guys, look behind Jiren, look at the size of that attack. What in the world is that? As Master Roshi responds, I can't believe my eyes. Is he really going to help Goku and Vegeta beat Jiren? Look closely, it's Frieza! And as Jiren went on to turn his head, he then comments, you again. How have you not fallen from the stage yet, you insufferable pest? As it was only during this moment where Golden Frieza is shown holding a massive energy ball in the sky, and as he did, he then went on to tell Jiren, ha ha! Thought you could get rid of me so easily, did you? You should have made sure I was knocked out of the ring before engaging those monkeys in battle. I haven't forgotten what's on the line, trooper. Good luck trying to avoid this one, mighty warrior. Now be destroyed, you fiend. Nobody tramples on the mighty Lord Frieza and lives to get away with it. As it was during this moment where Frieza went on to launch the attack, and as he did, Jiren is now seemingly sandwiched in between both attacks as Gohan went on to comment, you guys, this could be it. Jiren stuck between holding Frieza's attack back and pushing his own attack onto Vegito. They trapped him between attacks as Beerus shouts, he sandwiched you two, crush him, do whatever is necessary to get him out of the ring now. I have to use this as my opportunity to launch this back at him, Vegito says. Wait, crap, I think he's going to reverse Frieza's attack right back at him, and that's exactly what Jiren does, because Jiren now seems to be more focused on Frieza than how he is Vegito, as Jiren went on to tell him, you never belonged in here with me, vermin, but since you wanted me to make sure that you were eliminated from the tournament, then let me make sure then. Yes, Jiren, yes, Belmont responds, launch that fool's attack right back at him and show him your power. Crush him! And as soon as Frieza's own attack is then shown having to hurtle right back at him, that's when Frieza shouts, damn you, trooper! You haven't seen the last of me! As there was a massive explosion scene as the attack then went on to make contact, with Beerus then having to shout, don't you dare drop out, Frieza! Stay in this battle, damn it! These mortals are on thin ice! Finish him now, Fusion! As it was during this moment where Vegito then went on to shout, our universe will not fall! Now take this back, Jiren! Full power! As it was only then where Vegito went on to redirect Jiren's own attack right back at him, and as he did, Jiren could not believe it, as he then went on to respond, there's just no way. How could any mortal warrior channel this much power to send my attack back? In which, as Jiren's own attack then went on to make contact with him, that's when Krillin went on to shout, boom! He got him! He really got him, you guys! Jiren was rocked by that attack, as Tien responds, yeah, but did it work? It's not over until Jiren is teleported to the bench with the others, so we have to wait. That ought to do it, Vegito says. There's no way he could have survived that without sustaining some serious damage. I can't see anything. Did they get him, you guys? Gohan asks. I can't see a thing down there. What happened? As even Toppo went on to comment, those savages had to team up on Jiren to have a chance. Come on, Jiren, don't give in. Where are you? Please be with us. Don't lose. And as soon as Jiren's body is then shown falling on down through the smoke, that's when even Margarita went on to ask, are you seeing what I'm seeing, my lord? Jiren may be at his limit against them. That attack took more out of Jiren than originally assumed, as Belmont responds, no, it cannot end like this. Jiren can't lose. Jiren won't lose. It doesn't matter how many of them try and gang up on Jiren. He won't ever lose to them. Get back up, Jiren, Belmont shouts. Fight back. Don't let them hold you back from your destiny. As even Toppo went on to tell Jiren, Jiren, no! Stand back up, Jiren! Hey, look, Piccolo says. Vegito, he's down! As even Beerus asks, what are you doing, Saiyan? Stop looking at him and throw him out of the ring right now! He's hurt, Vegito says. He's down! This is my chance! As he then went on to rush towards Jiren, he then continues, I can't let him get back up. I have to end him while there's still a chance. And as soon as Vegito is then shown having to throw a punch, Jiren then quickly followed up by acting on instinct as Vegito comments, damn it all, how is he back up so quickly? As Jiren responds, I'm not done yet, Saiyan. I'm going to break your fusion. I don't care what you try and do. I cannot lose. I will not lose. Friendship and teamwork, putting trust in others. It's all meaningless to me, Jiren shouts, and it's what will be your greatest downfall, Saiyan. And as soon as Jiren is then shown having to attempt to uppercut Vegito, Vegito quickly proceeded to sidestep out of the way by telling Jiren, no Jiren, you're wrong. Your selfishness and ego is going to be what breaks you, Jiren. You may be more powerful, but you made the ultimate mistake by keeping us around when you did. As it was during this moment where Vegito went on to knee Jiren in the gut by telling him, we used every moment we could to get stronger along the way, and as long as our will to continue this battle still burns, there is nothing your strength can do that will save you from the defeat you have coming. As Vegito then carried on by kicking Jiren so hard in the face that it ultimately led Jiren to near the edge of the ring, and as he did, everyone began to acknowledge the fact of what had just happened as Beerus went on to shout, there's your opening, Saiyan! Jiren's nearing the edge of the ring! Finish it right now, you hear me? End this now! As even Belmont responds, what is happening, Jiren? Get up! Don't let them throw you out of the ring! What's wrong with you, Jiren? You can't fail! Universe 11's depending on you! Get up, Jiren! This is my chance, Vegito says. This guy is way too dangerous to keep around. If I don't use it all right now, then our chances of winning will be thrown out the window. It's all or nothing, and with Vegito then shown having to put his hands together, he then continues, here goes, Jiren. This next attack will be my all. If this doesn't end you, then it's all over, and we can't risk it. You are unlike any opponent that we've ever faced before. It was an honor to have faced you, Vegito says. You were the first to ever force me to go all out, but this ends now. Now prepare yourself, Jiren. This is my full power. My ultimate final Kamehameha. So this will be your all, will it? You think you've beaten me by reversing my attack? You are nothing to me, Jiren says, and I'm far from finished. So go on and give it everything you have, because in the end, I am going to show you that no matter what it is that you try and do, nothing will save you. You'll have to kill me if you want to win. And I'm ready to die before losing, so bring it. Give me everything you have, Jiren says, because this is going to be the last encounter we have. Do your worst. As Vegito is then shown having to pour in more power into his final Kamehameha, it was only then where we got to see both gods of destruction seemingly nervous as Belmont went on to shout, whatever happens, don't let them knock you over, Jiren. The fate of our entire universe rests on your shoulders. Smash him, Jiren, as even Beerus went on to shout, you better use every drop of power your fusion can manage, Saiyan. This is going to be the only shot you have. Knock him out! As it was only then where Vegito went on to fire his final Kamehameha, and Jiren was not afraid because as the final Kamehameha was then shown having to get ever so closer to Jiren, Jiren then went on to leap on him by having to tell Vegito, I'm not scared of you. I won't fail like I did before. As even the spectators went on to chime in, as Toppo went on to tell Jiren, show this Saiyan what true power really is. We trust in you, Jiren. As it was during this moment where Jiren was shown latching onto Vegito's final Kamehameha, as Piccolo went on to ask, are you guys seeing this? I can't believe this guy. He's actually holding back Vegito's final Kamehameha. Just what in the world is this guy? As Android 18 went on to comment, come on you two, don't let this freak win, blast him out of the ring. And Vegito is trying to do exactly that because you can see it on Vegito's face that he's trying to use everything he has in pushing Jiren over the edge. But even then, Jiren is also shown having to hold the attack in place as Jiren went on to ask, tell me Saiyan, is this your best? Is this the best your fusion can do? You'll tire out one way or another, and when you do, this attack of yours will be the end of you. And that's when Jiren once again went on to attempt in pushing the attack forward as Beerus began to panic by shouting, "Drive it home, Saiyan! Use more of your power! He's holding on for dear life, waiting for you to gas! Time isn't on your side, I don't care what it takes, even if you defuse, use every drop of power you have! Now! It's all or nothing," Vegito shouts, "Kaioken times 20 full power!" As it was finally during this moment where Vegito had decided to go all out, and as he did, it was fairly evident that Jiren's body was then shown having to be pushed ever so closer towards the edge, and as he did, the Universe 7 spectators went on to comment, "Look! Jiren's nearing the edge! This is it, boys," Master Roshi says. "It all boils down to this. Do it now, you two," Android 17 shouts. "You got him!" As right before any outcome were to occur, Vegito then went on to say to himself, "You were truly unlike any other opponents that I've ever seen. To think that you'd push me this far in battle is certainly something that nobody else has ever done. Thank you for opening my eyes, Jiren. Even though you are stronger than me, my will to survive can never be destroyed." And in one final act, Vegito then powered up in unleashing everything he had, and as he did, Jiren's body was then shown having to be completely engulfed by Vegito's attack, as even Beerus went on to shout, "He did it! The blast connected! He nailed him," Tien said. But did it work? As it was only then with the blast having to dissipate, Jiren's body was then shown having to enter the void, which ultimately resulted in Jiren having to be teleported to the bleachers, signifying Vegito's victory, as Dispo couldn't believe it by commenting, "Jiren, I can't believe it!" "Jiren, no," Topo says. "It can't be," as Vegito then had finally done it. As he went on to collapse to his knees, he then went on to utter, "He's finally out. Took him long enough. My body, I feel as though it's been smashed into a million pieces. The Kaioken took a huge toll on me, but we did it. We won," Vegito says. "It's finally over. We did it. We really did it." What an opponent. As an exhausted Vegito then went on to collapse down to his hands and knees, that's when Belmont went on to comment, "And so it's been decided. This is it for us. I want you to know, Jiren, you did great out there. You fought your heart out and proved your point as being the strongest, without the need of fusion or help. You did all that you can do and more. You will forever be the heart and soul of Universe 11. Don't ever forget that. This isn't a defeat, but a victory. A victory knowing that no one could match your power in a one-on-one battle. You forced them to fuse, which says a lot about your power, Jiren. That fact will always be remembered, even if we're not here." And with Vegito then shown standing back up and reverting back down to his base form, he then continues, "This guy really did it. My vision's blurry, but at least our universe is safe from erasure." And Beerus is stoked. He is extremely happy that Vegito had finally done it, as Beerus went on to shout, "That's the way, Saiyan! That's what I'm talking about! Outstanding performance and display of power! Victory is ours! We're safe! The day is won and the tournament is over!" And with everyone shown cheering Vegito, Vegito then went on to respond to everyone by telling them, "Thanks everyone, I couldn't have done this alone. And as for you, thank you as well, Jiren. You've shown me that there are levels of power that I still need to reach. I have never seen anyone as strong as you before, and you've pushed me into using everything I had and then some. You are truly everything they say. I now understand that with other warriors like you around, I have a lot of training to do before I can call myself the strongest. But just so you know, this isn't going to be the last time we fight, if you get what I mean. I want to see you again, and make no mistake about it that the next time we meet, I'll be more than ready. I want to see what would happen if you and I battled alone without any of our friends or teammates getting in our way. So I expect to see you real soon," with Jiren having to be shown smiling and responding, "I see. Then it shall be, warrior. You've earned my respects today, but I can assure you that this outcome will not be the same the next time I see you." As out of nowhere, Goku and Vegeta's fusion had then worn off, as Vegeta and Goku had then separated, and as they did, the Grand Priest had then went on to descend on down in notifying Goku and Vegeta by telling them, "Saiyan warriors Goku and Vegeta, you have survived and won the battle against Jiren. Though there is only 15 seconds left before time expires, I need to remind you that there are 3 of you in this ring," as Goku went on to ask, 3? So what exactly does that mean? As the Grand Priest responds, "It means that the wish can only be made by Oh my, now I see, as Vegeta went on to ask what's going on? As seconds later, with the Grand Priest shown having to avoid the attack, a massive energy ball was then shown descending on down to Goku and Vegeta, and as it did, the Saiyans were absolutely shocked as Goku went on to shout, "Whoa, what the heck is that? Where did that just come from?" As Vegeta responds, "Kakarot, it's headed right for us. We have to do something, otherwise it's going to knock us off the stage." As Goku and Vegeta tried to do their best in holding the blast back, as Vegeta went on to comment, I can't hold it, Kakarot! Vegeta! The edge! Oh no!" As right then and there, Goku and Vegeta were then shown having to be blown off the tournament stage, with Beerus having to ask, "What the heck just happened out there?" "Wait, of course," Piccolo says. "That bastard was buying his time. Look there." And with Goku and Vegeta shown having to now enter the bleachers, Vegeta went on to point out by telling Goku, "Kakarot, look, it was Frieza. That scumbag is the last one in the ring." As indeed it was, and with Frieza shown having to smile by looking up, he then went on to tell them, "I told you all that you wouldn't see the last of me, and you didn't even see it coming either." "And that settles that," Frieza says. "The clock should strike 0 any second now. Thank you for this, Goku. This was all because of you. You made the right choice, and as you may of course already know, I have plans for you after this is over. At least we won, right, everyone?" As the Grand Priest then went on to inform Frieza, the Tournament of Power is now officially over, and the winner as the last remaining warrior in the ring is Universe 7's Frieza. Congratulations, you have now earned yourself the opportunity to use the Super Dragon Balls as your reward. Hold on, Beerus says, now he will be able to use the Super Dragon Balls, but the Saiyans won, as Goku chimes in, "Oh no, I should have made sure we kept our eyes on him the entire time, damn it." And with Frieza then shown having to take a knee and dropping out of his golden form, he then went on to comment, "Curse that trooper, he nearly ended me out there. I can barely even stand up, disgusting freak." Since you are the winner, the Grand Priest says, you may choose to have any wish of your desire be granted by the Super Dragon. The dragon is without limit and therefore could grant anything you desire. You only have one wish and nothing more, as Frieza responds, "One limitless wish, you say? Well then, I will take this opportunity now to use this time to make my wish. A simple request, in fact. There will never come a time where I will ever see this moment again, and therefore I want it to be a memorable one. Certainly it will change many things once it is granted, and I cannot wait." This tournament had also opened my eyes to many great things as well, Frieza says. Now the game will truly be changed. No more will I ever have to live behind the shadows of those apes. My power will truly be unrivaled by both Saiyans and gods alike. And with Frieza then shown pointing out into the bleachers, he then went on to shout, "I will no longer be taking orders from any of you, including you, Beerus. That time is over. I will unleash upon you a fire so powerful that you would only wish you were dreaming. And I will finally have my revenge and slaughter you all, especially you two. It doesn't matter which one I start with. When it's all said and done, I will behead you both and burn your bodies for the entire universe to watch. I've longed for this day ever since I laid my eyes on you. I will show you true terror. You will experience fear the likes of which you never have." As Goku went on to ask, "Why is he so angry, Vegeta? What do you think he's about to wish for? Should we stop him?" As Vegeta went on to respond, "We can't, Kakarot. If we try and do anything about it, the Grand Priest or the Omni Kings will destroy us. We have no choice." As Frieza then went on to point out to the Omni Kings, he then went on to tell them, "And the two of you, I never would have dreamed that the multiverse would be ruled by brainless children. The two of you don't even understand the kind of power you possess. And how could you? You're spoiled little children. I will see it that your power is put to much better use. You've shown me that there are levels of power that I cannot possibly hope to achieve on my own, which is why this will be right for the fitting. Your days of ruling the multiverse are over. My one true desire will be fulfilled, and my dream realized. So let's not waste any more time and cut right down to it. One wish, one chance. So here goes, mighty angel. My wish to the Super Dragon is to become the only Omni King in the multiverse. Everything those little brats are is what I desire. and everyone is shocked, as even Goku and Vegeta went on to ask, say what? Frieza wants to become the Omni King? Oh my, Whis comments. Well, this isn't good. What did he just say, Beerus asks? But they can't grant that, as the Grand Priest went on to comment, to become the only existing Omni King, a seemingly impossible wish to grant. That will indeed be granted. I am shocked by the nature of your wish, but I must do as it is required by the current kings. And with the Super Dragon then having to be summoned, the Grand Priest then went on to tell the dragon, Mighty Dragon, your power is required. Make Frieza of Universe 7 into the only existing Omni King in the multiverse. The powers of Zeno are to be given unto him with no equal. He wishes to become the Omni Ruler with the Omni King's power within him. Please grant this wish. As it was only then during that moment, to everyone's horror, the wish was then finally granted, as of course Frieza was then shown changing. The Omni Kings during that moment had then just completely disappeared, as Beerus went on to ask Whis, look, the Omni Kings are gone! What did he do? As Whis responds, I'm afraid Frieza had them both erased, my lord, in order to become the new Omni King. He erased them both? Goku asks. Kakarot, look! And with Frieza's transfer of power then having to be shown be completed, it was only then during that moment where a new Omni King was born, as Frieza then went on to comment, now that's more like it. What incredible power! I can't believe such things were even possible to achieve. Behold, mortal monkeys, for I am now the absolute source of power in all of creation. You can now refer to me as Omni Frieza, the new king of the multiverse. And now there is much to be done. Are you scared? You should be. Every single one of you should be afraid. I now possess power far beyond your wildest dreams. I told you, didn't I? Now then, let the carnage and destruction of all creatures and worlds begin, as only then the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of Vegito vs Jiren Tournament of Power fan manga special then comes to a close. Now, what I really enjoyed about this story more than anything else was including the what if factor in seeing Goku and Vegeta actually use the Potara fusion as kind of like a saving grace in having an ace card up their sleeve, because the concept of fusion being utilized by Universe 7 during the events of the Tournament of Power was highly talked about during the days of 2017, and to ultimately see Vegito and Jiren duke it out, I think is not only fan service to a lot of people that wanted to see it go down following the events of Kefla's birth, but at the same time by adding that twist towards the end and including Frieza as being the real winner is what I think makes this story that much more enjoyable, in the fact that Vegito had given everything and more to take Jiren out, in which he did, but just when you thought it was over and either Goku and or Vegeta were going to use the Super Dragon Balls in making their wish, out of nowhere, here comes Frieza plotting and waiting this entire time and wanting to take them out as being the only sole survivor of the Tournament of Power, which in the comment section below what I want to know from you guys are 3 specific things. That being number 1, let's just say as a hypothetical, before the concept of Goku mastering Ultra Instinct was a thing, then who do you think would win between Jiren and Vegito if this actually happened during the events of the Tournament of Power? Question number 2 is, would you be okay with the overall narrative if Frieza had actually won and turned on everyone towards the end in getting the Super Dragon Balls for himself? And lastly, do you guys think that we're ever going to see another potential Tournament of Power happen in Dragon Ball Super in the future, or was this simply a one and done and we're never going to see it in the future? So once more, I do want to thank you all so much for your time. Thank you all so much for being here. If of course you guys just so happen to be new to the channel, then I do encourage you guys to go on over and smash that subscribe button, as well as also clicking on the bell icon to never miss a single video posted onto the channel, as well as also giving this video a big fat thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys enjoyed, and cannot wait to see more. As once more, I do want to go on ahead and thank you all so much for your time. Thank you all so much for being here. Tune back in for more, because we have a whole hell of a lot more coming, and on that note, I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy guys and have a great day. Peace. And a quick little reminder before you exit the video, if you guys are unaware, follow me on my secondary channels, which are also used to discuss and talk about all kinds of different subjects and topics, including gaming and live streams, beginning with Unreal Network, which is a channel dedicated in discussing all kinds of movies, breakdowns, current events, scary stories, theories, and more. So if you are someone who is into the entertainment world, then that's the channel for you. So head on over and subscribe over on Unreal Network, which up next is Unreal Vlogs, where I bring you guys a little closer into my my life in taking you behind the scenes with vlogging content, parody videos, reactions, motivational videos, uplifting videos, and more. So if you want to get to know me on more of a personal level, then that's the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button to always be in the loop with Unreal Vlogs. And lastly, my gaming channel, Unreal Royale, where on that channel we dive more into the world of gaming, ranging from all different kinds of video games, from Dragon Ball to Resident Evil to Grand Theft Auto, Halo, Gears of War, Minecraft, all kinds of horror games, shooters, RPGs, and more, including live streams. So if you're a gamer and are into the gaming world, then smash that subscribe button over at Unreal Royale and experience the ride with me. I want to thank you all so much for your time. Thank you all so very much for your support, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you in the next video.
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
Also follow UnrealEntGaming on these social media platforms to stay connected at all times. And if you don't, then very soon you will all be dead!
Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god.
The fuck, someone? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes. Jesus Christ, that's huge! What, Broly?
Freezer.
Uh-oh.
Prepare to die!
But once you get video, lots of likes, or Bill will turn you into chocolate! Vados, get over here! Tell these mortals that I'm the biggest UnrealEntGaming fan. This is my moment. I'm a part of his notification squad. Universe 7 can have all the fun. I just want the food.
And don't forget to leave a comment on this video. Show some love for the best community on YouTube.
Kakarot!